So I'm getting some responses from the people here. So my dear learners, once again a warm welcome to all of you in the today's daily current affairs session on EduTap, and I hope that all of you are healthy and preparing well for your upcoming exams. And when we talk about exams, then current affairs plays a very important part, and that is the reason that I am back with a very interesting session in which we will be discussing the top PIB news from the month of December 2021. And my dear learners, here is the topic that we will be discussing in our today's session, that is the National Perspective Plan for Interlinking of Rivers. So this is the topic for our today's session, that is National Perspective Plan for the Interlinking of Rivers, and why exactly we are doing this particular topic today, my dear learners. The reason for the discussion of this topic is a blast from the past. As you can see here, this was a question which was being asked in the NABARD Grade A Phase 1 2021 exam of the ESI section, and here you can see the question itself, which asked that which was the first ever river interlinking project of India. So my dear learners, in the question they have already given a very important information about the National Perspective Plan, that is it was prepared by the Ministry of Irrigation in year 1980, and the question was asking about the very first river interlinking project of India, and that is the reason that today we are going to discuss this National Perspective Plan. So my dear learners, when we talk about the National Perspective Plan, I would like to add one point here, that in the year 1970s, the then Minister of Irrigation, that is Dr. K.L. Rao, has mooted the idea of transferring the water from the water surplus basins to the water deficit areas. And in year 1980, the then Ministry of Irrigation, that is now the Ministry of Jal Shakti, has come up and prepared the National Perspective Plan. And if we talk about this National Perspective Plan, this plan envisages to transfer the water from water surplus basins to the water deficit basins. Now what exactly here the surplus word stands for? See, the surplus water stands for extra water after a river meets all the human requirements, whether it is of irrigation, domestic consumption, or industrial requirement of the water. And my dear learners, I hope that the aim of this particular National Perspective Plan is very much clear to all of you. And when we talk about further about this particular plan, then this particular plan is having two main components, that is the Himalayan river development and the peninsular river development. And based on this National Perspective Plan, the National Water Development Agency has identified the 30 river links, where 16 are under the peninsular river development and 14 are in the Himalayan river development. So my dear learners, here you can see the list of all the Himalayan components, the 14 links which will be covered under the National Perspective Plan and have been identified by the National Water Development Agency. And here if we talk about the peninsular component, then my dear learners, here the list of the 16 links is being mentioned below. You can go through them for the value addition of and for better understanding of this particular part. Okay, and my dear learners, if you have still not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of these lectures. And to join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. So my dear learners, see, I hope that the National Perspective Plan is very much clear to all of you. But why exactly we are discussing this? The first point is that there was a question based on that in the NABARD Grade A Phase 1 exam. Apart from that, this particular event was already in the news in the 8th of December 2021 PIB links, and here you can see the headline from the PIB itself, that the cabinet has approved the Ken-Betwa interlinking of the rivers project, and it is one of the links. It is one of the links under the peninsular component of the National Perspective Plan. So I hope that this is very much clear. And here kindly focus on the numbers which are being mentioned in the headline itself, that is this 44,605 crore, which is the projected cost of this Ken-Betwa interlinking of the rivers project, the 103 megawatt hydropower, 27 megawatt solar power, and so on. Various important information about this particular news has already been being provided in the headline from the PIB. So my dear learners, when we talk about the Ken-Betwa interlinking rivers project, the Union Cabinet chaired by the Indian Prime Minister has recently approved the funding as well as the implementation of the Ken-Betwa interlinking of the rivers project. And I want to add one more important point here, that in March 2021, a historic agreement was being signed between the Union Minister of Jal Shakti and the Chief Ministers of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, where they have agreed for the establishment of the centrally powered project, that is the Ken-Betwa interlinking of river projects. And guys, now moving into the details of this particular project, when we talk about the total cost of this Ken-Betwa link project, then it has been estimated at rupees 44,605 crore at 2021 price levels. And when we talk about the central support, then the Union Cabinet has also covered the central support to be provided for the establishment of the Ken-Betwa link project, that is 39,317 crore rupees. And when we see the composition of this particular central support, we can see here that under the 39,317 crore, 36,219 crore rupees will be as a part of the grant. And when we talk about the remaining part will be in the form of loan, that is rupees 3,027 crore. And my dear learners, apart from that, when we talk about this Ken-Betwa link project, see what exactly will be done in this particular project. In this particular project, there is a transfer of water from the Ken river to the Betwa river through the construction of Dodhan Dam and a canal which will be linking the two rivers. And the various name of other projects have already been mentioned here, with the help of which the water will be transferred from Ken river to the Betwa river. And that's how we have already discussed when we were discussing the national perspective plan, that main aim of the national perspective plan is to transfer the water from the water surplus basins to the water deficit basin. And that is the reason, and that's what they are going to do in the Ken-Betwa link project. And now my dear learners, what exactly are the advantages, the benefits that this particular project is going to provide? See, and this is also the main reason that why we are doing all of this. The main reason is that this particular project is going to provide annual irrigation of 10.62 lakh hectares. Apart from that, this particular project is also going to provide a drinking water supply to the population of about 62 lakh people. That means after the implementation of this project, 62 lakh people are going to have the drinking water, and that's how the very basic necessity of a human being, and they are going to get this drinking water after the implementation of this Ken-Betwa link project. Apart from that, it is also going to add to the renewable energy in India. As you can see here, that there will be a 103 megawatt of the hydropower, and it will also going to generate 27 megawatt solar power. And that is the reason that this particular Ken-Betwa link project is very important. And when we talk about the completion, then this project is being expected to be completed in the period of 8 years. So my dear learners, here you can see, if we talk about the important points, the important figures here are the cost of this project, then the central support. Apart from that, these particular parts are also very important, as these can be asked in the examination. I hope that this particular thing is very much clear to all of you. And now my dear learners, here let's understand this particular part with the help of this particular map. And here you can see that this is a Betwa river and here the Ken river, okay, and this is the part of Uttar Pradesh, here you can see, and this is the part of Madhya Pradesh, and these are all the areas of this Bundelkhand region which is going to get benefit from this Ken-Betwa link project. And here you can also see the areas which are going to get benefit, that is Bina, Chhatarpur, Damoh, Sagar, then we have Vidisha, Mahoba, Jhansi, Banda. So all these areas are going to get benefit after the implementation of this Ken-Betwa link project. And my dear learners, here you can once again see that this project will be of the immense benefit for the water-starved Bundelkhand region, which is spread across the state of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. And this project is going to provide enormous benefits to the districts of Panna, Tikamgarh, Chhatarpur, Sagar, Damoha, and we have already discussed this particular part in our today's session. And now, more important point, that is what exactly is the name of that authority which is going to see and monitor the implementation of this project. And my dear learners, the name of that particular authority is the Ken-Betwa Link Project Authority, which is once again a very important point for all of you to remember from the exam point of view. That is, the implementation authority for this particular project is Ken-Betwa Link Project Authority. So I hope that this particular part is also very much clear, and this Ken-Betwa Link Project news article is also very much clear, and we have discussed all the important points which are really important for all of you to remember from the exam point of view. So my dear learners, now we are moving towards the question, and here you can see that there is a statement based question, and which is really very probable to be asked in the exam from this particular part. And we have also seen such kind of question in the NABARD Grade A Phase 1, where they have already asked from the National Perspective Plan. Okay, so my dear learners, here you can see the question that which one of the following statements are correct about the Ken-Betwa interlinking of rivers project, and all of you are requested to quickly go through these particular statements and analyze by keeping in mind the discussion that we have today about the Ken-Betwa interlinking of rivers project, and then tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this particular question. Here the three statements are being mentioned here. You are required to answer the question in the comment section below that which is exactly the right answer from these 5 options which are being mentioned here. See, before answering the question, kindly see that what exactly the question is demanding. The question is demanding the correct statement about the Ken-Betwa interlinking of the rivers project. So my dear learners, now we are moving towards the next question, and this is the homework question for all of you. And when we talk about the next question, as per the recent announcement made by Minister of State for the Petroleum and Natural Gas, the Government of India has set a target to raise the natural gas in energy mix from present 6.7% to dash by year 2030. And here you are required to tell me in the comment section below the percentage which India is aiming to achieve by year 2030 when we talk about the natural gas in the energy mix. Okay, so whether it is 15% or it is 10%, 9%, 8% or 12%, please find out this particular answer for this particular question and then tell me the answers in the comment section below. So my dear learners, that was all from our today's session, and now let's come back to the star performers slide. And here you can see that Saurabh Tripathi and Ashwini Dhake has answered the question correctly. So who are these star performers? These are those people who have answered the question, the homework question that we have asked during the previous session, and they have answered the question correctly, and that is the reason that they are now featuring in the star performers. And if you also want your name to be mentioned here in the next session, then kindly answer the homework question in the comment section below, and I will be giving out your names in this star performer slide. So my dear learners, I hope that today's session was very much useful and fruitful to all of you, and if you have liked the session, then please give a thumbs up in the comment section below. And if you are having any kind of query regarding the session, regarding the topic, then you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 814-620-7241. So my dear learners, thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.